Give everybody a second. Hey, King. Hey, Nene. Hey. Come on in, come on in. And those of you on the Patreon, check and see if you didn't see the video I put up on Patreon earlier. Check that out. It's up, okay? Hi, guys. How are we? How's everybody doing? What's good, Cynthia? So we're about to do the elements. What's good, Sugar Plum? How is everybody feeling? Hey, Jessa. Yeah, you can check it out later. Yeah, so what it was is I did a sacral chakra clearing. Hey, Billy. I did a sacral chakra clearing for the star seeds because I know that the energy has been very heavy. And, you know, I know that, thank you. She said, love the red glasses with the red lip. But yeah, I felt like, you know, people needed a little cleansing of the sacral because that's where we house, you know, our traumas and beyond that, that is also when you think about the ancestors and the ancestral connection, and we're learning about ancestral trauma. And so what is occurring now, I feel like, is affecting the collective. Thank you guys for all the love. I greatly appreciate y'all. Right? But we feel, and I think that our DNA, what's good, Shaquana, is on some level being activated. Okay, so that's what I did for the Patreon earlier today, was do a sacral chakra clearing so that we can best cope with hey Project Execute, so that we can best cope with what is transpiring right now. Okay, so we're gonna get into the elements, but before I get started with that, we're gonna do the prayer. I'm gonna light a candle and we're gonna get the general energy, and then we'll get started. I do want to mention one thing. January 29th, we have the new moon in Aquarius. We are now firmly rooted in the age of Aquarius. The North Node is now in Pisces, and the South Node is in Virgo. The Pluto being in Aquarius is a 20-year transit. It was a right on time experience. Okay, now that's what we need, right? So with Pluto going into Aquarius now for a 20-year stint, did you feel the abruptness since New Year's? This time, all through the Pisces North Node transit, is gonna feel like very shifty, whether it's on a, you know, as above so below is my point, right? So know that right now you are like planting yourself in a new timeline, and Pluto rules death and rebirth. What's good, Matt, right? rules death and rebirth, right? So this 18-month North Node in Pisces is revealing what's been hidden or what's been oppressing or what has been the asylum of humanity or what has been standing in our way. What's good, Flower Girl? What is preventing us from being our highest selves or achieving that next thing? Okay, and Aquarius promises for the community, for, right, or for humanity, right? But there's like this push-pull authoritarian that has to, like, slaying of the dragon, right? So my point is, these next 18 months are very much about us in all forms, in our private life, and in our in our community spaces, establishing what our new normal is going to be, what we want to strive to build, and what that looks like. So my point with this is don't be easily discouraged. Okay, so let's get let's do the prayer first. I'll have my water drum over here. We bring our energy together to honor the divine frequency of love. We speak the language of healing and peace, and we hold space for the stillness needed for our growth, both individually and collectively. We choose wholeness and empathy in the face of fear and oppression, both internally and externally. We open ourselves to the divine and choose to be divinely guided to our highest selves and our highest timelines. We root ourselves in the frequency of divinity, and we birth ourselves anew daily, taking action towards our highest selves. Ashe, ashe, ashe. We're going to start with the Earth Warrior. Ashe Adumare. Yep. Spirit, can you show me? Okay, at the bottom of the deck, 26, Amado. Beautiful place. What's good, Tom? And like I said, for all of the members that missed it earlier from the Patreon, I did a sacral chakra clearing this morning. Definitely check that out. Some positive juju on that. All right, so we have here 31 Elhaz, and it says divine might foretold. You know what is correct. You understand that any gain which comes from denying your values and compromising yourself creates a loss of soul. There are times when it may seem as though people who act without integrity are obtaining benefit without adverse repercussions. Life can seem unfair if you limit yourself to a strictly human perspective. Yet nothing escapes the attention of the spiritual world. Restorative action and balancing fairness is always in action at a higher level, according to divine timing and wisdom. Stay true to your integrity. Put your faith in divine justice, and you will win in a way that brings benefit to many. How ironic that spirit should choose that card. Elhaz. Okay. Let's see. Is there a prayer for this card? No prayer. I think they said what it wanted. Oh, yes, there is. Okay. I honor the Supreme Divine Father with love in my heart. I want to please you because I know that your purpose is fulfillment for all beings. I dedicate my heart to your heart, my will to your purpose, and my soul to your spiritual care and protection. May I treasure the gift of integrity that enables me to feel for the truth of your presence through my choices and actions. I will listen to you, Father, hear you, and not turn away. I receive your mercy and encouragement in the face of stumbling, and so I forgive myself and others freely. I honor the power of your justice, discipline, and truth, flowing as merciful correction through me and into the world. Thank you for trusting and loving me. A vow to honor and serve you with all my heart and soul, so be it. Right? So I feel like Spirit is basically saying that integrity is the seat of the all consciousness. You cannot be connected to the all consciousness and to your higher self walking in lower frequency of humanity. Now, that does not mean that there are not, because people confuse lower frequency with darkness, and life is created in darkness. Okay, so I just want to be clear about that. Right? We may have misconstrued what darkness means, and not only what darkness means, but what it looks like to serve humanity. We could have that confused. Okay. I feel like that's the first message that Spirit is saying. Now we have 23, Abuela Medicine. Okay. Abuela Medicina, remedy of the grandmothers, Big Mama frequency, number 23. That sounds important for people to know. Yeah, no, it is. And listen, I'm noticing that this that was 31, right? Now this number is 23, Abuela Medicine, which equals a 5, okay? So let's read that 23. Remedy of the grandmothers. Believe in the formidable power of healing, of the transformation it can provide for all aspects of your being and your life. Medicine comes from spirit in many forms to facilitate healing of the body, mind, and soul. Whether it's the correction of unhelpful habits of thought, guidance for practical steps to resolve a physical imbalance, or deep soul healing that frees you into the fulfillment of your divine potential. There is no limit to what can be healed through grace. A current of divine healing is flowing through you and to you and through you now. Open yourself to participate in a beautiful healing transformation. So, thank you guys for all the love. What Spirit is saying with this is that there is a continuation of what freedom should look like to us. This is not something that was started now, okay? Some aspect of confronting or being here in a period to confront the lower aspects is doing generational work. Do you understand that? Your presence here right now is breaking generational curses. Right? It also was saying Medicine comes from the spirit in many forms to facilitate healing of the mind, body, and soul, whether it's correction of unhelpful habits through thought, guidance for practical steps to resolve a physical imbalance, or deep soul healing that frees you into fulfillment of your divine potential. There is no limit to what can be healed through grace. So what is Spirit saying? That change through chaos, or how things come through, there isn't really, you know how they say, what's the phrase? There's no bad publicity. Okay. It's kind of like that. All right. Every counterintuitive thing that is done is also an opportunity to overcome something. And the fact that this is the abuela medicina, which is the grandmother medicine, with the present situations that we have, this is basically saying that the big mamas are involved. That there's a lineage. What's good, Mel? A lineage, right? Of healing and love and restoration. And that sometimes doesn't come in the way that you think it's going to fucking come. This is a message I preached last night on my radio show, okay? You understand? It might not come in the way you think it's going to show up. Amaru, beautiful place. Oh, wait, let me see if there's a prayer for this, okay? This abuela medicine, and then we'll go on to the next one. Through the spiritual authority residing in my heart as Christ Lion of Judah, I cast out the darkness of negative influence. I cast it out of myself, my loved ones, and my community. I cast it out of world events and future situations wherever this sanctified spiritual authority extends. May all leaders submit to wisdom for the greatest good of all through the power of the great spirit of love. It is done. The fact that Spirit is choosing these cards, the irony of the passages that are being read, right? Okay, so now let's look at this 26 Amaru. Too much to be a coincidence. You know? Beautiful place, Amaru. Your dreams of a more beautiful world are not a product of childish fantasy nor idle imagination. They are true spiritual visions inspired by the universal heart of the divine that yearns for beauty to be manifested in all worlds. You have a life purpose to assist in the creation of divine harmony in this world through sacred activism. Those of you that have been still, what's good? Honestly manifest. Those of that have been still and have been feeling like you're charging. That's why. Okay, I'm going to say it again. You have a life purpose to assist in the creation of divine harmony in the world through sacred activism and the great expression of soul talents. Believe that the beautiful world you long for is not only possible, but part of your spiritual responsibility to create. And I have been telling my peoples, we're here for this very purpose in this very timeline. Okay? For the honor and the privilege to be the ones that set free the all consciousness and spread this like the lighthouses, even if that is through multiple different methods. Because that is the promise of the Divine Mother. She is the supernova. Let's see if there's a prayer. Let there be peace on earth. Okay. Let there be peace on earth. Let human culture be one of encouragement, optimism, innovation, engagement, wisdom, reflection, community, and guardianship of the planet and each other for the spiritual benefit of all beings. Let this be now so that our future knows a deep connection to earth, this beautiful place, through the songs of wisdom, our own free will, so be it. What are the chances that Spirit chose those specific cards? You tell me. What are the chances? That's good, Rebecca. Okay. So we're going to get started. I feel like what are we? Yeah. We're still in Aquarius. All right. We did the air signs last time. Let's go with the North Node. Let's do water. Let's start with water. Water, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Pull up. Pisces in the house. Yay, Rebecca. Spirit. You show me what is the question that water sign should reflect upon this week. Can you show me, please? As long as you are fighting something, you are giving it power. And then the back says, what do I need to accept in order to take my power back? So you can take a picture of that if you should like to reflect on that this week. This is the question of the week. Oh, I need to, hold on, guys. Let me flip the mirroring. I don't know why they do that. Okay. If you guys want to take a picture, you can. Right. I've got grace and favor and everything is working out for me good. What do I need to accept in order to take my power back? Right? Let's go, Willie One Eye. Is this a situation where, and listen, I think that this week has been triggering for everybody. Okay? So with that said, right? Is there a watery emotion, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and especially that North Node is now in Pisces, that is making you uneasy with suppressed or things that you've hidden from yourself? Thank you, Justin. Right? Is there something that you like suppressing, or that you maybe shuffled to the back because you had other responsibilities, and then now outside situations that maybe collectively we thought were not part of our timeline are triggering underlying memories, right? I want to keep reminding the public right now that some of what you feel is genetic, all right? And that is important that we work through how that is working through our physicality and our chakras so that we're not making ourselves ill or anxious. Water signs, this could be very much like an undercurrent. You could feel like you want to avoid things, or you want to like sit in a chair in the corner. Ain't nothing wrong with it, with a comforter and a cup of coffee and be in your bubble, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that, right? But there could be a reason why. All right, so we're gonna get some tarot. We're gonna get into it. Spirit, show me, Pisces and Scorpio. What do they need to know? Memories of children, family, love, birth, and future plans. Yes, indeed. Spirit. And I feel like there was this timeline shift that happened late from the 24th into the 25th. Okay. And I feel like we're so resilient. Let me start by saying that, right? That we take like a couple days, we lay down, like we're like, whoo, right? But when we get up, it's wild, yeah. But when we get up with a very forward thinking frequency. And I feel like that was something that shifted that night. And I feel like it's going to increase. August 29th, August 29th. Okay. Put a pin in that date, right? But January 29th is the new moon in Aquarius. Age of Aquarius, right? I feel like there's like this upward ticking towards a new frequency. All right, we have the Hermit out here. Oh, okay. All right, Spirit. So, since COVID and all of that, we all was inside, right? We was all inside. We was online, right? We was, we threw a lot of let me tell you, me and my set, we had birthday parties, virtual birthday parties. And we would have designer drinks. Everybody, when it was their birthday, could create designer drinks. We had quarantinis. We had all kinds of things. Okay. So we got accustomed to resetting a lot. We got accustomed into like a new reality of staying inside. Okay. I'm going to show both cameras. Do you see her closing her tablet? Do you see her? Gang, gang. We're going outside, yo. We're about to go outside. 9 cups. About to touch some fucking grass. Okay, Spirit. What's going on here? Can you show me? What's going on here? I can't wait. Right now, I feel like there's something that's switching, okay? And I keep telling everybody that we were the Generation X was like the experiment, like a democracy experiment. But except they didn't tell us that we was the experiment. You know what I'm saying? Like we kind of felt that we were, like different in some way, but we didn't really know till much later, right? Listen, I think that when we was inside, what we learned was how to manifest. I mean, in a sense, you are the center of the universe, of your part of the universe. And yet, the fact that you created that universe and there's so many players in that shows the need of humanity, right? So in that sense, what's good, Jennifer LaRoe? Those are just existential questions, right? But I feel like this hermit card with the magician, what we went inside to do was learn our power. And whether or not, like I said earlier, right, that the divine mother gives us our freedom or our gifts, sometimes through chaos, right? I feel like now we're being asked to take them outside and spread them and use them in ways that maybe if we all recognized in this time, right? If we all recognized in this time that we could change our reality, right? That we could use or even that the butterfly effect is real, right? That one change can change many things. Then there's no need to like minimize what just you alone in little ways can make big changes. Water signs are going back outside. You have here the Strength card with the Ace of Cups and the Three of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. So this is something about strength in love and collaborations. Some of them are relationships that you've been having for a long time, or these could be for some of you might have been in a like let's say you're in a relationship, but the relationship was kind of rocky. You couldn't figure out why you couldn't get it to stabilize. You could be feeling like, oh, right about now things are starting to shift. The Chariot is here. Okay, something could start moving faster. Some of yous are relocating and you've been planning this. You might feel like now you might have to put something on hold or slow down, right? To for a plan that you already have in place and that you have to adjust in some way. You have the Wheel of Fortune, Spirit. Why is that? Came out with the Empress. Okay, that's the mother. Some of you could be having a child, something. Some of you could be creating something new, but there's a renewal that's happening for the water signs. You got the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. The mother. Okay, some of the masculines could be processing something that their mothers instilled in them. That it's like, for instance, it's the year of the snake. Yeah. So let's say, for instance, that your father was a tradesman and you did a trade. What's good, Rose? And you did a trade too. You followed in dad's footsteps, whether it's the same trade, something similar, right? But mom could have been something totally different, right? But some of like the things that she imparted could be like in the front. Let's say that mom had was a stay-at-home mom, and you didn't really pay attention, right, to like what mom may have been, not that we didn't appreciate what mom's doing, but when you take into career, you might not be thinking like, oh, I'm going to follow in mom's footsteps, but maybe mom had a little garden in the back that you didn't really pay attention to and shit. Kind of, sort of like, when you was talking to her and you seen her doing stuff, but you didn't really pay attention. And now when you see some situations, you're like, no, I'm gonna grow some stuff like mom used to do. Shit. Hell yeah. I remember mom used to say, if you put this, and now that stuff, it's balance. King of Cups. The King of Cups is the quintessential father, but he's also feels very deeply his emotions. He doesn't necessarily like to show them outwardly. Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Why is this King of Cups here? For the masculines, there could be a little bit of fear. Thank you. You're so gifted and intuitive, aren't you? Yes, thank you. The King of Cups here, coming out with the 9 of Pentacles crossed. Okay, so there's been a lot of control that have been put over the masculines through earning, through the roles. Thank you. Through the roles that they're told to play. And so in some ways, many masculines that may not throughout time may not have been in alignment with certain things, may not have necessarily took stances because it may have affected their finances or things. But I feel like this is becoming felt, understood. It's also becoming something that is being weighed. Like, am I independent? If I feel caged to like not be emotionally free, or so I want you to see that. I want you to pay attention. There's some things I'm not saying. I need y'all to understand. Okay, I'm gonna show each camera. Do you see that behind that woman there is a boat? And how there could be a feeling of not feeling very free. And so sometimes what looks like one thing can really be another, and there could be the examination of that as a whole, of us looking at like, hey, so if I disconnect from this, then that I'm still need that. So how am I really able to get away from that? Read between the lines, gang. Right? So you got the King of Pentacles, and then the Eight of Wands. So the first step here, and that's what Spirit wants to say for Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. While you're watching all the things that is occurring, and you're feeling this undercurrent in you, and you're wondering how you switch lanes or how can you best be of service. Water signs. Spirit is saying for the water signs, the best way that you could be of service is to go outside, take that gift of manifestation that you've learned while you was inside, use it to make independent forms of income. To get off to tit. Because that's where the freedom really lies. And it's like, that's the message that's coming from Spirit. Like, Spirit's like, you can feel it. I can feel it coming in the air tonight, right? So whether it's telling you to go in your yard or plant some shit or put it in a bucket and get a little light for it, or if it's telling you, you know what, I need to start that little business or mow them lawns or whatever I got to do to get my own pockets right, because something ain't freeing me. Instead of feeling anxious, we should be using this time to hear clearly a truth from Spirit. And the Six of Cups, how can we restore balance, okay, within ourselves or within the experiment? Understand what I'm saying? I'm going to get you guys a postcard, and then we're going to move on to the next element. Right. That's right. We're gonna, not everybody has a father that left them with the ability to never work again, right? And not us daughters either. Plenty of us got a little bit of soil under our nail beds too. Okay? You saw a lot of eights this morning. 888. Yes, indeed. Right? Spirit, can you show me? Can you show me this? You got two water signs. Now is the one of those times you're being asked to add some distance, take a step back, and do nothing but observe. Don't worry about how long it will take to regroup. Just know it's temporary and actually an opportunity to take a breath. Slow down. Look at how far you've come. Decisions for the highest good are made when you have clarity, which comes from being open to information from both the intellect and the intuition. When you step into the role of the observer, it's as if you turn on a switch that allows your soul to be an essential part of this information gathering and decision-making process. In this way, you can approach things from a more neutral and non-judgmental place. We know you'll make the right choice. Trust us when we say now is not the time to get close to the fray. Step back now. You will be glad you did, right? So I feel like great advice. Psalms 46 and Jeremiah 29. Great advice. So I feel like what Spirit is saying while we are waiting this week and this energy is climbing towards the 29th, this is a great idea to get your mind in order in regards to what water signs you want or how you can best create something sustainable that has the ability to nourish you, whether that is emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally. I feel like that's the assignment, to shore up a way for you to feed the soul. What's good, Ruby? All right. And then the next card is, we here on the other world was first. Oh, what happened there? Everything alive in the world was first created by love. Spirit sends love to animate life and birth it into existence. Love is without conditions, and it is based in reverence and a fierce and joyful respect for life. Love thrives when you focus on it, when you want to turn away from anything that causes it to wane. Love is what you no longer see yourself as other, separate from, better, or less than. When you act as love, you give permission to the world to thrive and grow grow it as well. Can you let go of what is not love and ask, what would love do? Love is waiting for you always and forever. So I feel like Spirit is asking water signs to magnify the current of love. And also, how can you lovingly support what you need right now? The energy of construction and destruction. Yeah. Okay. Blessings to you, beautiful people, and joyful day, everyone. Blessings. Okay. So I feel like that's the message for my water signs. So after water, fire. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sag. Pull up. It's that one. Spirit. What is it that my fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, need to reflect on this week? Sag. What do they need to reflect on this week? What's the question they need to reflect on this week as we are encountering all this energy? And this is so, it's like a train wreck. I can't pull my eyes away. Right. That's how I felt the first 3 days. I was like, oh man. Right. And and listen, I'm probably going to be going back and forth through that. Right. But I'm starting to get my sea legs now. Okay. So fire, very targeted, I feel, for my fire signs, because fire, a lot of times, even when you might feel fear, fire likes to attack. Okay. It's very Mars type frequency, right? Where your fear is, there is your task. Okay. What do I fear most right now? How can I deepen my understanding of this fear? What actions can I take to move beyond this fear? So I'm going to hold it up to each camera. You can take a picture. This would be fire signs questions of the week. Okay. And traditionally, fire signs, and it's not a bad quality. Listen, first off, I have an Aries stellium, so I understand fire signs, fire energy very, very intimately. But my best friend is also an Aries, right? Sometimes fire respond and be like, I'll worry about that shit later. But right now, we're going to address this. Okay? But right now, we're going to address this. We'll worry about that other stuff, right? And act first. I feel like spirit is testing fire in a sense and asking for stillness. Not as a method of like inaction, but like a method of self determination, of because if it's as above or so below, or like wherever it lies in you, there's a mirror, right? So whatever's coming at you is in you. It's going to give you a better understanding of what you are fighting, whatever that may be. Right? So let's say that you are fighting, and let's just use a work setting, right? Like you're fighting a feeling of lack of momentum in a career. Maybe it's the good old boys club, right? It's hard to get ahead. You feel resistance, right? But where in you does that live? And how do you extract that within yourself? Because in some way, when you remove that from yourself, it's like it has to be removed from being mirrored to you. And ain't that the kicker? Woo, spirit, that's a whole word. So in other words, if we, like we just said, we're watching a train wreck, we're like, what? What? So where has that lived within you in some way? Right? All right, let's get some tarot. And how do we give to this, even if it's in our lack of action, or in our ignorance, in our, right, in many ways, right? Whether we're doing it between male and female, black, white, put it where you want it to go, right? Spirit, can you show me? The same constructs that are put to elevate some restrict all. Even those who think that they're not being restricted, even they're restricted. Even those things that benefit, even they're restricted, right? And that's the kicker, right? What do they say in the Bible? The grave you prepare for someone else is you dig. When you dig a grave for someone, you dig your own, or something like that, right? I've read the Bible several times, right? You have the Seven of Pentacles here. Something missing. You know, like when you try to make the secret sauce, something's missing. Fire signs, what's missing? What do you feel is missing? All right. It feels like there's some kind of decision before you. Okay. It feels like there's some type of decision before you. Two of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles, High Priestess, and the Three of Cups. Okay. Fire signs. There's something that's going on within you about lack or not having enough, or something about the Seven of Pentacles, understanding or trying to understand what is the missing link of a situation. You have the High Priestess here, okay? I feel like intuitively there's something energetically about an event. Three of Cups. This could be something, like a local thing you're doing with your friends, or something more broadly like the collective might be experiencing. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, you have the Five of Pentacles and the Moon. You may feel out of the loop, out of touch, out of whack, right? You may a lot of the time be on some, burn this shit down, like, because fire likes to use fire to purify, in a sense, right? But this may feel different right now, right? I feel like Spirit's saying before you burn something or purify it or purge it or respond to it, that they want you to examine it. And what the it is. What is the it? The inquantifiable thing that is like festering, or that is giving you some sense of anxiety. You have the Judgment card out here. Scorpio energy, but Judgment also, that's the Plutonian card. Spirit, can you show me? Eight of Pentacles. The Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck and the Three of Swords. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, there could be some changes in some situations that feel like you have to go in a new direction when it comes to your finances. Okay? You got the Judgment card with the Eight of Pentacles. There could be, there's a lot of changes in the workplace and certain jobs being eliminated. There's other jobs that are being moved around or removed, like DEI jobs, right? I feel like what Spirit is saying is you may feel uneasy, fire signs, about something that you intuitively feel is coming. Okay? And there could be a feeling of like some kind of writing on the wall in a workplace or some kind of economic setting, or something that you rely upon. Okay? But you have the Six of Wands here. So I feel like that, and the Seven of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. So there's something about your resilience, but I feel like they don't want you to respond just yet. They want you to like process something. Okay? Six of Wands. Spirit, why is the Six of Wands here for the fire signs? Can you show me? Six of Wands with the Three of Pentacles coming out crossed. All people aren't pulling in the same direction. And you could be recognizing that within your inner circles. Okay? Spirit has a great sense of humor. Yeah, he does. So this could be like you recognizing in your inner circle that not everybody has had the same awakenings, that they're not they don't have the same self-awareness that they might be dealing with some other, inner demons that are preventing them from self-love, which is needed right now. This me, it's not a fact of not wanting to work with others, but there's also like some kind of need of self-preservation. And like, as we choose those that we work with, it has to be with an understanding that they're in like-minded states. So we're talking about communal minded people. Okay, so you have the Two of Cups here, okay, which is again talking about this alignment, okay, because we can't afford to bring those along that mean to drill holes in the boat. Do you understand? So fire signs, I feel like the warning for fire signs is that fire tends to run into the fire, right? Not knowing who's got their back, or if the same would be done. And not that you should do things for others only because they'll do something for you, but I feel like now you bring that out, and now it's like your responsibility, right? Don't say, well, he don't want to be saved, right? Or she don't want to be saved, right? So there's a thing of like self-awareness. Okay? Or at least the attempt to work towards that. And you got the Queen of Cups on the Queen of Cups, fire signs. Listen, to any male or female, if you got two femmes, this might be the week that shit blow up in your face. Just say it. Okay. Now, I'm going to read it another way. This also could be masculines really stepping up to the plate of like, I was raised by women. I was born to a woman, got my name from a woman, right? And my game from a woman, right? And whether it be my wife, my sister, my mother, my daughter, my friend, right? There's going to be some of that too. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. Wow. So I heard always a lady in my life, right? So it's kind of like finally wanting to, Knight of Pentacles, right? Like honor that. With the Four of Wands, look, she is the altar. You got me. Don't play with me, and don't play with mine. We ain't doing that. Okay, so fire still has that intention within, but spirit is very much saying, before you move forward, examine with whom the company you keep, or examine what it is that, or whom it is that motivates you, and are these circles of like-minded places, people, places, and things. All right, I'm gonna get you guys a postcard, and then we're gonna move on. I think they want fire signs to be a little less reactionary this week. Okay, that feels like the important message. Spirit, can you show me a closing message for my fire signs, please? Closing message for fire. Closing message for fire. Thank you. Everything is in divine order. Even in chaos, there is order. And we are always in awe of this. For you, though, on your human journey, things can get disorganized in your mind and physical reality. You need to get rid of the clutter, whether it be too many stories in your mind, too many what ifs, or fearful thoughts of a past or future. Instead, focus on the now. Empty your mind, clean your house, and throw out any objects that tells you an uncomfortable story. Discern what you have, sort, purge, clear, organize. We want you to have space to fill with something better. Spirit loves a vacuum as it gives space for brilliant new energy. Let go of what is not serving you and give order to what remains. See them and know their value. Your soul needs organization in order to keep your connection to us and to spirit free of distractions. Okay? So that was for fire. Nothing put out fire like water. That's right. That's true. All right. So now, we're gonna go to Earth. Spirit, can you show me what's good, Copenhagen? Can you show me, please? What is it that my Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn need to consider this week? What do they need to think about? What question do they need to focus on? Spirit, can you show me? Can you show me, please, for Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn? Oh, you got two. The only thing necessary for triumph of evil is for good people to do nothing. What? How ironic. Where in my life am I seeing injustice and not speaking up? I'm going to put it up so that each camera can take a picture if they like. This is your question of the week. It's making me think about flight, fright, or freeze. And people could be examining how they're feeling in this. Yeah, this whole reading has been touche. And wait till you watch the other one that is in the Patreon. The true measure of a man is how he treats someone who can do him absolutely no good. So how you treat the least of us. Ooh, that's a word. Am I holding all humans as equally deserving of my love and respect? And as we are watching this externally, Spirit asks you, as you watch us step into this new timeline, does it align with your beliefs? And if it doesn't, how can you manifest a closer and truer, more loving version of the all consciousness? I'm going to hold up the two questions. I feel like they are very important. Okay, so that is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Let's get you guys some tarot. You know, character is how we act when no one is watching, and that is a word too. Right? Now, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn is known to move slower than the other signs, but a lot of time it's because when we do move, when I move, you move, just like that. When I move, you move, right? When we move in a specific direction, we don't turn around that easily. Okay, so we like to really be sure of what road we take, because we're going down that mamma jamma. Page of Cups. All right. You hear Cappy is God's favorite sign? It might be the prodigal son. Okay. But I wonder who would be the favorite daughter. Page of Cups. Just a touch of love, a little bit, right? I feel like it's something about too little. And the world, right? You see, and I'm gonna pause at this, even though this is part. You said that was only because you only said that because it was your sign, but I want you to think about something. If Capricorn is depicted as the devil, and by biblical terms, right? Lucifer was the fallen angel. It wouldn't necessarily be wrong, right? You get what I'm just saying. Okay. So this is at the bottom of the deck. I feel like the mother is returning, the divine mother, because it's like, let my people go, harvest, all those kind of factors. Okay. And you have a couple, okay, interracial right there. Right, that was the Lover's card, a decision to want to come together. Spirit, can you show me what is it that Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn need to know right now? Can you show me, please? King of Wands. Oh, Death card, okay? You have the Death card, you have the Emperor, you have the High Priestess. Wow. 3 major arcana, one more, Spirit, and the Page of Pentacles. There's an opportunity coming, Earth signs. You're going to have to take some type of action. It's a new world, a whole new world, a new beginning, right? The Emperor, okay, this is his opportunity. What goes up must come down. And if there's a flip, right? As above, so below, and there's going to be a switch, then Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, you should be looking at how you could capitalize on that. Intuitively, there's going to be something that comes to you. Scared money don't make no money. King of Swords. Start now learning about subjects of interest like crypto and other things like that that are new that you may not have ventured into, but that maybe you've been thinking about. Why? I feel like these next couple of days you should be reading as much as you can about that. I feel like you're going to get some kind of download about a new way, side way, a way to also extract new forms of income or opportunities. Earth signs. I feel like there's also even opportunities. These could be by way of non-for-profits and things like that, but like ways to make money while organizing for the public. Anything that can be done to assist is going to be blessed. Spirit is saying. King of Wands. Spirit, why is the King of Wands here? Can you show me? Because there's an opportunity that's coming really fast, or you have to jump on an opportunity very fast. Okay, you got the King of Wands and the Chariot. Too fast as hell moving cards, but you may not know that it's coming. Okay, so you have to be prepared for the unexpected. Earth signs. 2 of Wands. And I feel like more knowledge that you get, the better prepared you will be. Okay, you have the Death card here, Spirit. Why? Death card comes out with the Emperor, the 7 of Wands, and the Sun. Because, like I said, scared money don't make no money. And like somebody else's loss or somebody else's demise is your come up in a way. Okay, now remember, Spirit's question was very poignant. The true measure of a man is how he treats someone who can absolutely do him no good. Meaning that if you use this energy for something toxic, it will consume you. Earth signs. Because there are so many opportunities right now to avail yourself of new ways that it doesn't need to be done on the backs of others. This is what we're learning right now. Right? So it becomes, right, where we recognize either we are part of the solution or we're part of the problem. The only thing necessary for triumph of evil is for good people to do nothing or to try to capitalize on something, right? So you got the Emperor here. I feel like the earth signs are going to be confronted with opportunities this week. I feel like maybe the first opportunity could be shifty, grimy, or not necessarily illegal. I don't feel that, right? But there are probably other ways that make you feel better. It might be a test. This is only a test of the American broadcasting system. Was the Emperor? Hell yeah. With the Three of Wands and the Seven of Swords, Spirit's going to go ahead and give you or show you something that looks like an easy way to see. Are you the chosen? Right? Are you the chosen? Or is this some type of deception that you use so that you can amass more? Do you want to be part of the solution or part of the problem? And I feel like Spirit to the earth signs is going to give you an opportunity to choose. Spirit gave me one already. And you know what? I didn't bite. And I'm not knocking nobody else. But did you notice that everybody was online every second without even processing what the fuck just went down? And I could have got out here and been out in your faces every minute of every second, trying to run up my tally on people's pain. I didn't do that. Right? I went within. I gave a couple messages to my Patreon because I feel, energetically responsible to assist them in holding up their frequency. So I communicated with them, but for the most part, I stood off these platforms until I processed what I felt. Even if it meant I left the bag on the table. Because what good is the message if it's not from Spirit? The High Priestess. I had said a while ago, we're going to see a lot of people leave this space under that helmet. What's good, official Venus, right? Because of situations that are happening now, they're going to want to distance themselves. And that's how you're going to know who's in it for the bag and who's in it for the message. High Priestess. The High Priestesses know right now. All right. We've pretty much said all that there was to say before that. Many of us were screaming from rooftops about this energy. Right? Now we step back and organize our thoughts, our frequency, our chakras, our our energetic and nervous systems and regulate, right? Regulators mount up, right? Page of Pentacles. And I don't know a lot about this, but Spirit said earth signs and manifesting generators. Because you're the circle of the energy. You output, input, and you're holding something up. Okay? Page of Pentacles, Spirit, why? With the King of Cups. Get your information now. Get all your information now about new ways to bring finances or side hustles. I feel like you're going to get an opportunity. One's going to come. It's going to be a little questionable. I feel like if you take a pass, there's something right behind it. This is something in alignment with like a greater purpose. Okay. I'm going to get you guys a closing message. Remember, earth signs. There's something about growing the seed you plant. Is it organic or GMO? Okay. Is it for your highest good and the good of the community? And its viability, its sustainability, and its worthiness to the community will be directly tied to your success. Dearest you, there is only one you, and you have a unique path and a special purpose. You're supposed to have a specific experience in this world and meet certain people, but then it's up to you how you live, how you awake you choose to be, and how willing you are to grow and strip away the false. Don't compare yourself to others. It's easy to think a person is happier just because their outside looks good according to society's standards, but you can't know anyone's internal experience. Compare yourself only to your past self. See how far you've come. Don't be distracted by what others are doing or accomplishing. Stay focused on what inspires you. That's how you get successful and find happiness. Want what you want, not what someone else has. We love you immensely and know your journey ahead is sparkling with miracles and wondrous things. Trust. So I feel like Spirit is reminding you to stay the course to the value of something, okay? To the value of the mission, okay? And then cultivate them plants. That's right. Spirit, can you let's have air. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius pull up. Spirit, can you show me what it is that my air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, need to know right now? What does Gemini and Aquarius need to know right now? Thank you. Can't leave now. So, a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a person perfected without trials. Right? And you have, do I tend to feel like a victim of my trials, or do I wear them like a badge of honor? I feel like air signs, you're being pushed to look at something in a different aspect. This could be something about you. I feel like there was something that you thought, if I feed that thing or I pay that thing attention, then I am somehow magnifying it. Right? But then there could also be the recognition of um not every path, like we can intend to say, okay, I'm gonna stay. Let's use a child. We all have eyes, feelings, and dreams. Let's say we have you have a issue, a daddy issue. Let's say a daddy issue, right? And so you say, well, I recognize that I had a daddy issue because my dad wasn't there. But because I recognize that, I stay positive, right? I stay positive, and and then something occurs and you can still be triggered into a response in a particular light, which would show you that that still in some way is in there. Now you could take that moment and be like, wow, after all the work I did, I still get triggered. Or you could say, you know what? Yeah, I get triggered every once in a while. But because of that trigger, look what, of all the things that I've overcome, look at the things that I have built, not because I avoided them, but because in spite of them, right? Despite the fact that that was meant to prevent me from achieving something, no weapon shall form against me. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. So it's a half empty, half full. What if Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, you thought you were looking at something in a half full, and then you realize that maybe not so much. Maybe not so much, without recognizing, like, oh, so what I thought was a burden might have been my strength. Hey. Right. I mean, because we can feel like, oh, well, right. That goes to the all my life I had to fight. Right? Many of us feel like that. And not to say that we shouldn't manifest an easier existence. Yes, that is, now that we're aware that we were doing that, but we should also give thanks for the, what we created with that energy. Right? Right? It's not all bad. The sun in reverse, right? Shedding of the ego, right? Or what we need to, can be either way. 3 of Wands, future thinking. 7 of Swords. One more, Spirit. And the 6. We're purging something about beliefs that no longer align with the where we're going now. That's for sure. Something that maybe we thought we were doing out of a lack of, ego. Maybe was not I don't know, like maybe it was more self-serving than we thought. Okay, or something. Spirit, can you show me? What is this magician here for? The magician is here with the Page of Pentacles, manifesting opportunities to go to calmer waters. Like I said, learning that we can also manifest an easier life, right? But we learn that from being outside. We learn that from the struggle. We learn that from being on the outside looking in and having to make our own ways into spaces, right? Knocking down those walls. As being the Queen of Swords, this is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Queen. This is outsmarting. This is long vision. Now it feels like you're first about to start switching it into looking at how to use it for yourself in another way. Right, the grass ain't always green. The Sun in reverse. Why is that here, Spirit? So there could have been something about here trying to be humble, trying not to look egotistical, trying not to take the power, trying not to be in the front, trying not to step into a particular role, to not seem egotistical or something, but it hasn't worked. It's the Knight of Pentacles. It's taking too long. Five of Swords, outsmarted in some way. Queen of Wands, it feels like now it's air signs. You're being forced into some type of in the front role. And you may feel, well, I was trying to stand in the back because I don't want people to think I'm trying to be, the most. Right? But sometimes we're pushed to the front to assist those that stand behind us. Or it's like something it feels like it's something that you've prepared for. And although it might seem easier to you, this job was created for you in some way. And you could be shying away from this spotlight because you feel like it's like egocentric or something. Some opportunity is going to need your leadership in some way. Okay? Three of Wands and the Magician. You are manifesting a leadership. You are manifesting change. You are bringing some kind of alchemy. You have the tools. It has something to do with what you have done. Okay, I feel like something that you're doing this week. Also, there's some long-term thing that has something to do with Leo season. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, it has some kind of collaboration, whether this is a business venture or a relationship. Something that maybe you didn't think was for you. It's coming now. Tarot is amazing. I love tarot. Right? I feel like astrology is the when. And the tarot might be the how. And then intuition is like the what. And if you can put those three things together, you got the roadmap. All right, so here's the Seven of Swords. With the Eight of Swords. air signs, there was like somebody was hoping you were going to sit this one out. Somebody was hoping you would sit this one out. You got the 7 and 8 of swords. I feel like there's also a part of you that didn't think you could. Okay. But I feel like somebody is seeing in small ways you stepping up to the plate. I'm going to give you an example. Somebody is at your house and they tell you, I really like the way you make Spanish rice. And you say, I'll teach you how to make Spanish rice. And they're like, I don't really know if I'm capable of making it, but you insist, I'm going to teach you how to make it. So you start giving them directions and they seem very uneasy. Right? And so you're sitting at the table and they're by the stove and you're directing them. And then when you say something to them, they have trouble doing that one particular thing. And then you get up, right? I like yellow rice better too. You get up and you go and you adjust one thing and you go and you sit back down, right? And then they try to do something else. And then lo and behold, you got to get up and go and adjust something again. And this goes on 3 or 4 times. And before you know it, you are making that pot of rice. There is something that you are slowly inching up to. And there is someone else that knows that you're better equipped for something. It's making them a little nervous. Because you might recognize that on my own, right? That you can do something on your own. And you got the 6 of swords here, Spirit. Why is that? With the 4 of wands. Okay. So, okay. All right. Somebody's burdened. You got the 6 of wands and the 4 of wands. Somebody's burdened by your ability to do your own thing. You understand? They know that, right? Death and transformation. You are birthing a very new version of you. And with Pluto stepping into Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, you are building a whole new version of you. And it starts now. All right. So I'm going to get you guys a postcard and we're going to get up out of here. Spirit, can you show me what is it that my air signs need to know as a closing message, please, for this week? Ooh, that was fast. Thank you. As you think, so will you experience life. Thoughts are that powerful and they need minding. Let the unruly, chaotic ones settle down so they serve you or get released instead of wreaking havoc. These thoughts arise when connected to the energy of fear and often masquerade as truth. Yet the real truth is that essentially all is well. Of course, you have thoughts that are positive, strong, organized, accepting, creative, open, and so on. Those are the ones we want you to keep thinking, and they have a less frantic quality. They're stimulating in a good way and don't get away from you. How do you keep an inner eye on your thoughts? Meditate and leave judgment out of the mix. Everyone has those fearful thoughts. Love them, love yourself, and then choose the thoughts you want the world to reflect back. Life is not as hard as you think. Spirit said you're made for this. Okay? Before you know it, you'll be doing it and you won't recognize when it was that you made the decision to step in. All right. So that's what I have for you guys. My Alchemist Apprenticeship, look out for a link tomorrow. Everybody be easy, Love on yourself a little. I'm wishing you all light and love and blessings on blessings. Bye, guys. Bye, my loves. Thank you.